Oh, blessed day, everybody. Hope everyone's feeling well. Um, yeah, just wishing everybody a new moon. And I have a message and inquiry to share with you. And I'm going to do my best to put this into words so that we can relate with each other. So I started about 16 days ago, 16, 17 days ago, working with my drum here. It's a beautiful Tatanka buffalo drum here that I made a few years ago. And so you guys know, I facilitate shamanic drum ceremonies. And so we use the drum to journey into the spirit world and to also access say like extrasensory abilities and things like that. And they're not necessarily really extrasensory abilities. They're just abilities that are innate to our spirit. And in a world where we have not fully integrated our soul's gifts, in these bodies, it seems that these experiences are extrasensory or supernatural, things like that. But I feel like they're all very natural parts of our being. So, anyways, so I've been working with this drum for about 17 days now, and just about every day I spend about anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes just drumming in the same speed and tone as we do for the journeys, with the intent to one, listen, and two, to send a message out to the beings and relatives who are on the similar plane of thought and feeling for the beautiful future of our reality. And letting them know, hey, we're here. There's groups of us here that are listening and open and receiving. And it's also I'm consciously transmitting information and energy to them about what we found and what we've been working on, and what we're understanding of what the future might look like and things like that. So it's basically like I'm working on this telephone line, and I would say about a week ago, I started to get responses back. In the way of kind of like, hey, we hear you, we're here, we're listening, and almost like and we know you're out there. And when I say, reaching out to the different beings, I'm not even necessarily communicating regarding like extraterrestrials or light beings out in the stars or star beings. Also speaking to our indigenous relatives who may be still yet uncontacted, or who are rarely contacted, and who listen on those frequencies, and communicating with them like, hey, we're here, we want to work together, so if there's information you can send us through this method, through our meditations, through our dreams, our visions, let's work together. Let's continue to build that network, because I really feel it's a natural, would say like innate part of our being, an innate aspect of our interconnectedness, to be able to communicate on that level with everybody, with everyone, and so another aspect of the drumming that I've been doing has been listening to, and both listening auditorily and listening in my visual state. My eyes are closed, I'm behind the drum, and I'm sending the tone. And I'm also listening for shapes, okay? And seeing if I'm visualizing shapes. And what I'll do is I will tone the sound of those shapes. And oftentimes I'll find that I'll visualize the shape and I'll go to tone the shape, and the shape will move and shift and transform. It becomes sort of like animated. And I have found that these sound tones, these sort of light, I'm starting to understand they're kind of like light songs. They evolve over time. And I just want to be clear, it's not that I'm picking up the drum and I'm just trying to make sounds. You know, I'm picking up the drum with the intention to make a connection and to communicate from that place of interconnectedness. Okay. Um, and so it's continued to grow over time. Different tones have come in, and sometimes they sound like a mixture of different tuning forks or singing bowls that are oscillating at different frequencies. Okay, so you'll hear that kind of energy where it's like they're really close, but they're also oscillating at different frequencies. So those micro frequencies that are between the two of them are bouncing back and forth. Um, a lot of different variations of sound. I'm not going to necessarily demonstrate it right here because I want to keep authentic to the energy. But I got the call this morning to do a recording of my session and to basically the message I got from these beings that I was working with, particularly today, was to find the others of us who are here in embodiment, who are working with similar frequencies, who are maybe picking up on similar sound lines or song lines. And it's a very specific frequency, they let me know. So it's like part of some of us will, if we're open, we will naturally remember that frequency. We'll hear it and we'll be like, oh whoa, I know that energy. I know where that comes from on some level of my being, you know. Some of us might hear it and they'll be like, you're just kind of making sounds or whatever, you know. So they told me to just be to trust in the energy, to trust in the frequency that's coming through, because when I'm doing it, I'm connecting to source. My intention is in those moments when those frequencies are coming through, connecting to source and using my vessel as a channel for the energy to move through. Um, and I'll notice the difference. If I've been doing the sound shapes, you know, and just responding to energy, then that's one thing. But this is a whole different. I can feel the energy come into my system, and the frequency of my whole system changes, and the sounds come out that change as well. So, um, what I'm hearing is that there's groups of us out there, different folks out there who are starting to pick up on these frequencies that are light frequencies of transmutation and creation energy. And they are working as like a generator to bring in the heavenly frequencies and transmit them in through into the space, and to work with the energies that are already in the space, and to sort of find like a merging and a melding and a softening to work together. You know, it's like, to put it simply, like the heaven on earth frequency, if you want to, you know, listen in like that, depending on what, you know, degree you're listening to what I'm saying. So I wanted to share this because they said find the others. They're like, there's other people who are tapping in this frequency. So I'm making this video to share that with you. In case there's folks out there who are wondering what's going on or trying to tap in or wanting to listen. I just want to say, yes, something's coming through. And if you're finding a resonance with what I'm sharing, a resonance with this video, with the frequency that's coming through right now while I'm talking about it, you're probably one of those people. Like they said, it's a specific frequency, you know. And I'm not like I'm not a frequency scientist, you know, so I don't know necessarily what's going on. I'm just doing my best to sort of listen, and now I'm getting the call to communicate. I know that I am part of a group of beings, many of us here on the planet, carrying a specific frequency from different, you say like a different realm or dimension, or different place in the universe, you could say, here to simply put, you know, transmit love and transmit healing. And many of us work on different levels. A lot of us go right into the shadow, right into the darkness, and work with the energies there and transmute the energy there to bring those things into the light. Some people work with just in the light frequencies to bring those into the middle place. Some people work right in the middle who are bridging the two worlds. Everyone has their place. We all are doing the best that we can. So if this video resonates with you and you're curious about the frequencies, either write your name or say, I want to know more or something in the comments below. And I think I'll do like I'll do a group message, and I'll send you my email in the group message so I can email you the recording. Yeah. And so I just want to, wish everybody a blessed day. We're in the new moon portal. Hope the new moon is bringing some new activations for you, and you're thinking in a good way into this cycle of what you want to create and want to activate. And I hope everybody has a big belly laugh today. Move some good energy. So, all right. Thank you. Blessings. I hope.